Okay, it says it's live on my phone. So, YouTube pleasantries for all the people who are watching from the future. I am Tidbit. I do voices, I play games, I design stuff, and we are currently playing through the Apollo Justice trilogy. We are currently on game number 6, Spirit of Justice, Case 3. The murder of... I forget his name. Mr. Inni. So, 2 abouts. And we just got an orb from Das Rebel. And I believe the orb goes into the eye of the bird thing at the shrine, which is a secret hideout for the rebels, which would make sense why the high priest is a rebel, because he manages that outpost. And we just stepped out of the sewer. Whew, I finally got out of there. Mr. Wright! I'm so glad you're okay. I was so worried about you. Even the dog.
Shadow, what happened to him anyway?
He came out of the manhole about 5 minutes after you went in. Sorry he wasn't much help. Poor little doggy. I'm reviewing my speedrun at 2 times speed. I'll be more attentive in a bit. Yeah, I saw your video go up like 2 minutes ago, so it makes sense. Well, did you find anything of worth?
Oh, I tripped and fell down there. I must have been out cold for a while. I better keep things to myself for now.
I figured as much.
I have to find that secret hideout before Mr. Rebal was... I have to find that secret hideout Mr. Rebal was talking about. I should probably start with places that have something to do with the High Priest.
Like the Inner Sanctum. Also, speaking of secrets that aren't fully secret, I played Pseudo Regalia before stream, and I backtracked, and apparently I missed the map. I had been running around that game blind, thinking that was like the intended purpose, but apparently I took the wrong turn one time and just completely missed the map. Oops. I'm now going through at record speed, being able to go, okay, I have been here, there's a door not seen over there, instead of being like, where was everything? Bobbed head. You already searched here, did you not?
Oh, I just thought I'd look around again, you know, in case I missed something. I probably shouldn't tell her I'm looking for the secret rebel hideout.
Remember when Pokemon had you unlock volume options? With a higher difficulty playthrough, I believe. I haven't played, like, any Pokemon except Violet, and I didn't even get that far. I think I did, like, 2 gyms. But that sounds rough. It'd be ridiculous to, like, put the idea of, like, an ultimate volumizer ability behind a boss. Right? I say while hiding my project under the carpet.
We have a saying back home. Leave no stone unturned.
Yes. You cannot stump me. I know that one.
Actually, I don't have a clue is written all over your face. Let's take a closer look, shall we? Whoa, this is blood.
This is a statue of a warbd, the bird on which Lady Kira based her appearance.
And all of this blood is from the High Priest, huh?
He no doubt embraced the statue in the hope that Lady Kira would save him from death. May his soul rest in peace.
Considering the amount of blood, he must have been stabbed with considerable force. But there's no way Maya would be strong enough to deliver such a blow. Frick.
Oh, wait, we can rotate. There it is.
It's a statue of a bird. Guess I'll take a little closer look at... Eye. Hey, this eye is missing.
What are you doing? You must not touch that for no reason!
Sorry. But that shape... I wonder...
Take that!
Take the Dragon Ball. I knew it!
What?
She must be at a loss for words. And that doesn't happen too often.
What is this place? Explain yourself at once, Barbed Head!
I don't think she's ready for the full story. I don't really know much myself, but it seems to be a secret rebel hideout. If I'm shocked there's a secret door here, I imagine that goes double for Rafa.
Remove any of my small mistakes, and I believe I would have got sub 25. Ah, so close. A rebel hideout in the inner sanctum? Somebody will pay for this!
Well, obviously they did. They built an expensive-ass...
Not what I am talking about!
Yeah, okay, well, for now, I think I'll have a look around.
Wait! You must not enter before the police.
Don't worry, I won't disturb anything. Or at least I'll try not to. Besides, with you watching over me, it should be fine, right? And, you see...
Fine. Just please stop pleading your case. I can only stand so much lawyerly drivel. But I will be presenting all information gleaned from your efforts here to the police.
Of course. Now, shall we?
I will go no further.
Oh, right. You're not supposed to come in contact with the taint of Lady Kira's battles.
Very good, Barbed Head. I commend you for remembering and using that brain of yours for something other than making stuff up.
I haven't done that twice yet.
You did it once?
I probably did. Well, thank you. Wait, why am I thanking her?
I may not be able to enter, but I will allow no misdeeds on your part. I'll be watching you like a warbed from the entrance here.
I told you, I'm not going to do anything. I better hurry before she changes her mind. A rebel hideout.
What an interesting little room we got here. Look at the little... Huh. Do you know what time it is? It is time to die. I believe this is a sacred space that enshrines the source of the spring water.
That Makes sense. Rebels must have converted into a secret hideout. But what about that ward revolving door? I wonder if that too was originally intended to hide and protect this sacred space.
To think those filthy rebels were scheming their schemes in the most sacred space! It is desecration upon Kharinism itself! The defiant dragon shall pay for this!
I suppose it's only natural that she'd be upset, but the investigation must go on, even while she's a bit away. I think I'll start by taking a picture of the place. Good thing I brought a camera to snap some souvenir shots.
Stop that! You must not take photos here without permission!
Rayfa's really fired up. She's sticking her head in as far as it'll go. I guess she won't be tainted as long as she doesn't touch anything? Eh? Now, to search every nook and cranny.
Barbed head! Just because it is hard for me to see your every move, do not use that as an excuse to touch and break things!
I heard you the first time. Sheesh. Alright. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, look.
What is it, Barbed Head?
It's a plumbed Punisher clock.
Why, I believe it's a limited edition promotional item given to 50 lucky viewers! This rare item plays the Plumbed Punisher theme song every hour. Hand it over, Barbed Head.
Hey, hey! She's snatched it away from me. No matter what she says, Rayfa is definitely a huge fan.
What a fine item. And this switch, if I'm right...
It's the Plumbed Punisher theme song. Yep.
Definitely different than Steel Samurai. Yes, now I see! The insurgents who use this room must be Plumbed Punisher fans!
That may be so, but I don't see how it's relevant to this case.
Well, it's only 50 people who are supposed to have this. So, you get the mailing list, you get at least one of those people on that list is a rebel, or came in contact with a rebel, because who knows? They could have stole it. They got guns.
There's a Plumbed Punisher calendar here.
Ah, now I understand. The villains in the Plumbed Punisher are based on the insurgents. Watching the show must have aroused their ire against Lady Kira.
I doubt that's it.
She's got a special interest, but it... Oh, wait, no. Huh? Is this where they actually died?
What's this blood stain? I should probably try to figure out what happened in here.
Do not tamper with any evidence before the police arrive. How far away is she supposed to be? I saw the diagram before. Okay, so she's just like standing here. It's not that far.
The police? Hey, that reminds me. Emma gave me something just for times like this.
What voice do we give Emma for bad flashbacks?
Like a super nerdy voice. I thought it might help your investigation here. It's all yours. I wanted to bring you a bunch of other forensics tools, but they were confiscated at the airport.
Luminol testing fluid? This actually might come in handy. Luminol testing fluid glows in reaction to even the tiniest traces of blood. So it can even detect areas where blood has been wiped up. It might help us figure out what happened in here. Okay, time for science to do its thing. First, let me put these red-tinted glasses on to see the luminals glow. And I just press space wherever I want to spray some of the luminol. Areas where the blood was will react by turning a blue.
There's blood right here, but... What? Any other tools? Oh, I have to spray there.
This is a huge blood stain. Something big must have happened here.
But perhaps the High Priest's blood flowed in there from under the warped statue. That's obviously correct.
There was definitely a lot of blood here. But it's impossible to say much else at this point. I'll just take a picture for now. Oh, right. Luminol reactions don't show up in photos. I'll just have to take some notes.
Or you could put the red glasses over the camera.
Oh, that should do it. I didn't notice before, but the blood stain looks like it was smeared away in one place. Is it because the warped revolving door passed over it?
Have performed every forensic technique at least once in all 3 games. Cool. I guess we do that in each of them.
Weapons! And a lot of them, too.
We are lucky we found them before they could be used. Excellent work, Barbed Head.
Oh, thanks. If the rebellion ever happens, I hope it's bloodless.
You mean like the video in the beginning?
Yeah, precisely. Wait a minute.
How dare those filthy insurgents raise their banner amid such a sacred space? Barbed Head, you must burn it at once.
Didn't you tell me not to touch or damage anything?
This is an exception. Very well, if you want to do it, then I will.
But your benevolence. I thought you're not supposed to come in.
Have you never gotten an achievement before now? No, I've gotten achievements before. They happen at, like, the end of each thing. Or when I do a special thing. Like, there was that one case in the school
with Prof needs.
And it was just pretty much throw the newspaper or the notebook at anyone. I don't recall the noise before. Yeah, weird.
For once, the strange customs of this kingdom are working in my favor. There's something under the banner. A microphone? What's this doing here? Was someone trying to record something with it?
No, they were trying to get the mice to sing. Of course they were recording! Also, speaking of stuff of, like, oh, I, like, remembering the video at the beginning? Forces on the outside of the streams have reminded me of the clown that we have yet to see. We're in the middle of Karine. Where the heck are they gonna show up? Where does a clown fit into anywhere in Karine?
So, this is the water source that supplies the Inner Sanctum Spring. It flows through the channel built into the floor before heading outside.
Lady Kira uses the sacred water to wash the taint of battle from her body. She fits in my heart, I'll tell you that. Well, clowns can fit anywhere. Look at their cars. You have an infestation of clown, it sounds like. And she's taken by the Gooners. Sad she's taken by the Gooners. That's not what Gooner means. Gooner is a guy with a Tommy gun going, she. I will not have it disrespected in any other way. But imagining the clown girl getting taken off by a ton of mobsters is a bit funny.
It's also not red, like the water in the spring.
I have never heard a gangster called a gooner. Goon? Yes. Gooner? True. They can buy a couple of goons.
A large stone slab, shaped like a magitama. It looks rather unstable. I bet it'd tip over in an earthquake. What's that earthy, grass-like smell?
It is the smell of the moss that covers the stone.
Oh, so this shaggy green stuff is moss?
Phoenix, have you never seen moss before, you freaking barbed head?
Return the slab.
Am I right, gamers?
It looks like some of the moss about halfway up has been disturbed. I wonder why that is. One quick touch can't hurt, right?
Complete sprite change, it's all dropped off.
Whoa! The slab's starting to wobble.
What is happening? What have you done to the secret space?
No, nothing! All I did was nudge it a little. It looked unstable. Probably best not to touch it again.
But there's handprints. Battle map.
Looks like an order for dark.
What's this? Let me see that!
I thought you're not supposed to touch anything in here.
This is an exception! Now hand it over! Let's see here. Oh, Holy Mother.
What? What does it say?
It's an order intended for that rebel named Dats. It reads, after the rites, Infiltration. After the rite, infiltrate the palace under the guise of returning Lady Kira's costume. And search for clues about that incident from 23 years ago. Dirk.
He signed his name?
Obviously.
23 years ago? He must mean the assassination of Queen Amara. I wonder what the rebels are up to. It's intriguing and all, but it doesn't seem to be related to the case at hand. I'll put this in permanent evidence. But
It's kind of funny. The rebel group now just sounds like it's just a ton of gumshoes looking for evidence for the lawyer. This will not do! I must warn my mother at once!
no need to do that. This order will never be carried out. Lady Kira's costume is still here, and Abat Imi is no longer able to aid the rebels.
I knew that!
Well, I think that covers about everything here. Ah!
Mr. Wright, you shouldn't have come here before the police!
Sorry, but I was in a hurry. I didn't do anything I wasn't supposed to. You can thank her for that. Her benevolence can attest to that.
It is your fault for being so slow. I expected the police to work faster and more efficiently. Sorry. Well, Barbed Head, have you not already seen enough?
I guess it's about time I got back to the temple and go over everything I've learned. Temple. May 11th. Temple.
Welcome back, Mr. Wright. How'd it go?
Unfortunately, I didn't find anything conclusive.
Oh, no way. I do not understand, Barbed Head.
One of those arms of an angel ads, but it's black and white footage of detectives.
In the arm of you.
What don't you understand?
Why did you not commit to any misdeeds during your investigation? After all, lawyers ply their trade primarily through illicit means and methods. I was promised drama!
What? Who told you that?
My mother. Are you saying she was wrong? No, that cannot be! You must have committed some sort of misdeed right under my nose.
If that were so, she wasted her whole day following me around.
Here's one. Huh? What is it? Imagine saying that to someone. Saying what? The chat is delayed. I don't understand. Where are your knee socks? Your programming software? Your blah? What? Prosecutor Sadmahi has need for me.
Oh, he's gonna try and look at the thing again. Are we gonna use the exact same footage again? Oh wait, no, there's a second person who died.
Stereotypes. Oh! I don't understand. Where are your knee socks? Your programming software? Your blah? The ones I said were fun trains girl ones. But like, imagine saying, where's the stereotypes? I mean, people have said that to me. Just like, oh, you're trans? You know how to work computers, right? And it's like, no. I know none of that. I've tried to code, and my brain does not interpret any of that
What's going on?
I must go perform a divination seance for Pure Zealot. It is our custom for the prosecution to review its contents before a trial begins.
I see.
The third time will be the charm. My insights will finally bring you to your knees tomorrow.
You know, there was a word I was gonna say, but you're 14. I don't want to taint you.
And I will teach that neophyte practitioner a lesson.
Looks like the royal priestess is back with a vengeance. Triple boogaloo or something. She's made a full recovery from when we started the investigation earlier today. I look forward to seeing you in court, Your Benevolence.
Your overconfidence will be your downfall.
Triple Jeopardy.
You will not look so confident when I am finished with you tomorrow.
Actually, I'm not really looking forward to seeing her tomorrow. Especially without any solid evidence.
Why don't we go over everything you know so far?
Alright. Let's see here. Acolyte Zealot was killed during the rite with Lady Kira's dagger. And Maya's fingerprints were found on it.
That doesn't sound very good.
I know. It's the very definition of being up a creek without a paddle. The day before the murder, Zealot enjoyed a meal with the high priest, his wife, and Maya. I also learned about spirit channeling here in Karani.
None of that sounds very helpful.
But it will, trust me. I'm up a paddle shit without a creek. Oh. But I did hear something interesting. The rebel hunting Lady Kira might be working for the Justice Minister.
What? Really? Our kingdom was supposed to be ruled through faith and laws. We cannot allow the people to be controlled by fear and violence.
Wow. You, a 9-year-old, even understood that idea. Dang. We need to educate people. Albie, that sounds like something a rebel might say.
It does? But if that Lady Kira really is one of the Minister Igna's subordinates, that would exonerate Miss Maya.
Unfortunately, I have no way of proving it in court.
Oh, that's too bad.
Oh, I almost forgot about the secret rebel hideout we found in the inner sanctum.
What?
I have pictures.
What?
There was a blood stain inside, but I don't know if or how it's connected to this case, though.
What? A secret room in the inner sanctum? That would be a huge hit with the tourists.
This kid is really an entrepreneur at heart.
What I mean is that a hideout could be important to your case. Yes.
Maybe, but it's still too early to tell. Looks like I'm heading into court without any useful evidence.
We'll just have to pray something appears during tomorrow's trial.
Princess Rafa's divination seance might be my only hope. Oy. There could be some new information in it that might help.
The divination seance? But I thought it always works against the accused.
Not always.
Okay, I don't imagine he's gonna be here a lot, and so it feels like his voices are reversed of what it's like the bad flashback voice should be like the super Russian that is currently done. So I think I'll just do like a Will. Right! It's like Dirk used to say. The royal priestess's insight are just another piece of evidence. What? Why did that flashback sound so normal?
Yeah. You know, imitating an actually good voice actor might get you better results. Who knew?
Canon Russian later. Wait, maybe I should mention Canon Russian later. Ah, cool. Really? I never heard anyone say that before. It's hard to figure you out sometimes, sir.
Well, I'll be. This thing has been going on for 23 years. You are 9. Of course you've never heard of this. Simply after 10 years, anyone involved with this stuff, if not, like, actively reminded of it, is gonna slowly forget it. And the fact it's been more than double that, and you are 9! Most people do not remember it.
Cyrus.
Divination seance worked both ways before the Defense Culpability Act. It's only that the people of Khura'in find it strange.
Mr. Wright, I just wanted to say, good luck tomorrow!
Thanks. I can't afford to lose this next one.
Well, you kind of can. You're already on death row, so if you lose this one, the punishment doesn't get worse than death. Just the torment after death gets worse a little bit, but,
Thanks for the reassurance, Albie. I've collected all sorts of information, but I haven't even started connecting the dots. If I could do that, I might have a shot at pulling off a win. Rifus' insights will be the deciding factor. It's a huge gamble, but it's all I've got.
to be continued. Dang, that to be continued really just kind of slumped. Of where it just is like,
Yeah, cool. This is the information we know. Doesn't help us. All we can do is hope.
it doesn't exactly make you go, oh, I got to see the next part. Well, I wonder what's going to happen. It's just like, well, I guess we're going into someplace blind. I can do that whenever. No, only a 40-minute stream today. Sorry.
May 12th, 9:30 a.m. High Court of Khura'in. Accused lobby. Maya looks exhausted, but I can't blame her.
Nick, I was thinking about it all day yesterday. I never properly asked you to defend me. Did I?
It doesn't matter. I'm on this case till the bitter end.
I know. That's why I wanted to officially ask you for your help.
You got it, Maya. Let's do this. We gotta wrap this up and get back home so you can make your dream show come true. The Steel Samurai versus the Plumbed Punisher, right?
You bet! You look as if you did not sleep last night, Barbed Head. It is written all over your face. How can you expect to put up a respectable defense like that?
I'm all fired up and raring to go. I guess Maya's not the only one looking exhausted. Huh? Rifa doesn't seem to be in the best spirits herself.
Was that a pun? I think it was a pun.
It wasn't a pun.
It was definitely a pun. Go ahead. Feign confidence now while you are still able. For I will see to it that your last rites are read to you this day.
Guess it was just my imagination.
Ready, Nick?
Okay, Maya. Let's head on in. May 12th. High Court of Khura'in. Oh, wait, this implies there's no other lobbies. This is the one court.
Now then, if everyone is ready.
The defense is ready, Your Majesty.
The prosecution is ready. Let us begin without further delay.
Oh, no prayers this time, Prosecutor said Mahi?
I already offered my prayers for the latest victim during my visit to the crime scene. Being that the accused has already been found guilty of the first murder. Let us hasten this trial so we may put this dead lawyer walking out of his misery.
I could not agree more. In yesterday's trial, the accused was already found guilty of murdering the high priest. And today she will be tried for the murder of his disciple, Praise the Lord. Now then, Prosecutor said Mahi, your opening statements, if you would.
Certainly. The accused has now slain 2 of the most devout clergymen in Khura'inism. Even the lowest level of hell, the hell of tickling, would not be punishment enough.
Ugh. Then, what terrible fate awaits her?
Balgilpokan, hell, a realm of eternal agony. There she will suffer the endless punishment of Jagah by the Galan of Pulmoten. Furthermore,
Enough, please! My blood runs cold at the mere thought that such a terrible place exists.
I was gonna ask for a translation, but on second thought, ignorance is bliss.
Now then, please continue, minus the part about the terrible hell awaiting the accused.
as you wish.
Why am I not surprised that Kiri subscribes right as Nayuta shows up on screen? I just got a notification that Kiri subscribed.
The victim of this heinous crime was the high priest's disciple, Pray Zalat. He had been training under the high priest while living at the priest's home.
I had met him a number of times, and he seemed like an earnest young man. Man! A good strapping young lad. Definitely male. This won't be tragic later in the trial, no sirree. How tragic that he met such a terrible end.
The murder occurred at the Plaza of Devotion during the Purification Rites. It was a bold crime carried out while he was in the plaza. It was a bold crime carried out while the plaza was full of the faithful, deep in prayer. The warped dagger was found impaled in the victim's upper back. The stabbing caused a spinal cord injury that killed him instantly.
Ah, the warped dagger. Lady Kira's weapon of choice.
We have already established that the accused prints were on the weapon. Incredibly damning evidence in itself.
No, I didn't do it!
Hold your tongue, woman. Now, being that the accused, Maya Fey, is a serial killer, the prosecution believes that the death penalty is the only possible sentence.
Would the defense care to respond?
The accused is innocent, and nothing can convince me otherwise. After all, the crime scene was packed with worshippers. How could my client possibly have committed this murder without a single witness?
Did someone summon me? No, we summoned Sadmahi, but you you got mixed up in the summoning circle.
The accused's fingerprints on the murder weapon alone is enough to render a verdict. As such, I see no need to debate this any further. But
Well, once her benevolence conducts her seance, it will be clear for all to see.
Your Majesty, might I have a word? I'm trying to make it so that the trial goes very quickly so that the police cannot reveal the fact that the bloodstain inside the secret room, we'll get to that later, secret room was not actually was not Mr. Emi. So we need to do this quick, otherwise Maya lives. And you know how ravenous people hate her.
But why? What'd she do?
She was quirky. People didn't like that.
Rude. Evelyn was right. This is truly my eternal son.
Is something the matter, Prosecutor Sadmahi?
It is about the divination seance.
She gets her on the voice line.
Your benevolence!
Stop right there, Prosecutor Sadmahi.
As you wish. Forgive me for overstepping my bounds.
Quirked up white girl goaded with the barbecue sauce on her burger.
What was that all about?
I don't know, Phoenix. Doll seems very hungry. And thirsty at the same time. Barbed head, have you made peace with your fate? For this time, the divination seance will bring you to your knees.
I'm ready, and I accept your challenge. The only problem is I have no weapons at my disposal. Great. Our only hope now is what we can glean from the seance vision and Rafa's insights.
Very well. The divination seance, please, if you will. Who the fuck opened up a cold one?
I did.
I need a drink.
This is better than a telenovela. Good thing I brought popcorn. Yes, let us begin. Nina!
O Holy Mother, we hold this divination seance in your name. Let the eyes of everyone here be clear, and our ears be unstopped. O dance of devotion, guide the victim's soul to me, so that we may receive their final memories in the pool of souls.
That's not Rafa's true voice. We let her goof around from time to time. She's the princess or whatever. She is called the High Priestess, but is she a princess since she is the daughter of the queen? This is the part of the game where I get to take a break. Just relax. I'm a shrine priest, and she ain't no priestess. She's a faker. Well, watch this, Kiri. What the? Oh, I thought that was part of the animation. What? Was that the seance? Drowning? Nice moves. I'll give her that.
I don't get it. Why wasn't there anything to see?
Your benevolence! What in the world?
I was unable to invoke any sort of response. I called out to the spirit's name many times, but to no avail. Gee, I wonder... Doll, were we right? I wasn't looking, never mind. Doll, is it real? Is it real? Is it real? They can't pull up the name because they have the wrong name?
Just as I thought.
Wait, what does he know that we don't?
I had sought to confirm the contents of today's divination seance. After all, it is customary for the prosecutor to verify beforehand.
She got the wrong address.
Come to think of it,
I must go perform a divination seance for Puree Zalot. It is custom for the prosecution to review its contents before a trial begins. Oh, fuck. I forgot. That was a flashback. No, it was supposed to be done in a goofier voice. No!
and that is why I sought to stop her benevolence from performing it here. However, she insisted that it be done. She wished to try one more time here in the Hall of Justice, in front of everyone.
Ooh, the funny voice.
It would appear her benevolence is tired from her manifold duties.
I am not anything of the sort! The victim's spirit will not answer my call, but I don't know why! You might be dead naming them. What?! It is my secret duty to convey the truth through the divination seance!
Rafa.
What are we to do without a divination seance?
I suppose I shall have to deliver the last rites without them. The prosecution has already taken that into account when preparing for today. I am fully capable of proving the accused's guilt with or without a divination seance.
You never fail to impress me, Sir Prosecutor Said Mahi.
This is bad. The divination seance was my one and only hope. Great.
Your Majesty, her benevolence said she isn't tired. So, shouldn't we try to find out why the divination seance failed?
What? You're helping me?
How curious, Mr. Wright. Why have you suddenly taken such a keen interest in the divination seance?
Wow, this really is. From Rafa's perspective, Phoenix is just really invested and slowly learning more and really cares about what Rafa is doing. But he's like, fuck, I need something. Let's try it again. But Rafa's probably like, they care. Peachy Keen. Just like dead kid's peach neck. Yes! Explain yourself! The divination seance is for shedding light on an accused crime. It is the Holy Mother's hammer of wrath that is ever poised to pound you into your grave. You should fear it, not plead for it.
I believe in my client. Plus, yesterday, somebody told me something that changed my mind. The divination seance was once thought of as just another piece of evidence. If we were to correctly interpret the visions through careful analysis, then they would lead us to the truth behind what really happened. And the truth will show that my client, Maya Fey, is innocent.
The truth is, you don't have anything else to fall back on, huh, Nick?
Maya, please. You're not helping.
How dare you! The voice of a Mitama is to be feared, not utilized by vile lawyers such as you!
Seances exact a heavy toll upon the royal priestess. It would be best not to burden her with any further. Or does the defense feel that it can pose no counter-arguments without the seance? No, of course not. They saw right through me. Oof! I'll have to find a way to make the divination seance happen, or we're toast.
Well, since the divination seance is not possible at this time, I see no other choice. Let us proceed with the trial without the seance, as Prosecutor Said Mahi suggested.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
Why, I will not forget this, barbed head. This will not be the last you see of me.
That was the last I ever saw of her. Now then, I will now proceed by providing an outline of the case at hand.
Very well. If the lead detective would please come to the stand, we may begin.
Sorry, Mr. Wright.
Detective Sky, I understand how you would wish to save the accused and the defense. They are your friends, after all. But you must let them go and move on.
But
There is only one way to save them now. By giving their souls the chance to burn away the taint of their sins in the infernal flames.
I can't do this.
No eating in the Sacred Hall of Justice!
Miss Sky! Yes? Don't worry about me and Nick. You just do your job. I'm sure Nick will find out something. Eventually. Oh, look at sad Emma. Right. Thanks, Miss Faye.
How very brave for a criminal with a tainted soul.
You're hearing the queen of girl dinner.
Very well, Detective Sky. Please proceed.
Okay, I can do this. Let me start with an overview of this case. Witness testimony. The latest victim was Purei Zalat. He had been training under the High Priest and living at his house for the past 2 years. The High Priest's widow, Believe in Me, has identified the victim's body. He may have been mistaken for a rebel and killed due to his connection to the High Priest.
I see. Well, that certainly makes sense. Would the defense care to respond?
I don't spot any inconsistencies in her testimony so far. I don't have any evidence in my arsenal. What am I going to do now? What is it, Maya?
I was just wondering about how much the police actually looked into Acolyte Zealot. Because it might just prove to be the key as to why the divination seance failed.
What are you getting at?
Well, it's just a hunch.
Wait a second. During my investigation, Rafa told me how the divination seance worked. If I could figure out why it failed, maybe she could try it again. Okay, time to press for some more information.
You heard the man! Press that like button and subscribe button! And we go all the way to the end. So this slow green text is gone.
Hold it!
What kind of person was Acolyte Zealot?
According to the neighbors and others who knew him, he was a deeply devout youth.
I, too, have heard his name mentioned as one who was a fervent practitioner. I suppose you might say he was the High Priest's star disciple.
furthermore,
Hold it!
2 years. Are you sure about that?
we took statements from his neighbors and his fellow monks. They all corroborate our initial findings.
What about you, Maya?
Well, when I first came here, I saw Zealot praying under the High Priest's instruction.
I see. So the results of the police investigation seem to check out.
These are really short presses.
Hold it!
Was Mrs. Inmi's positive ID the only way you verified the identity of the victim?
Huh, well, no. We also checked the ID card he carried and the data in his family registry. But
What? Oh, that he came from another country?
his personal information didn't match any of the public records we cross-referenced.
Maybe that's why the divination seance failed.
I'm not sure what you mean, Mr. Wright.
Here's what I'm thinking.
Praise the lot is a fake name. Wow, they're just calling out their own naming scheme just right here.
The victim decided to hide his identity for some reason. In other words, he was using a fake name. The royal priestess uses a deceased's face and true name to summon their spirit.
Why, yes. That is indeed true.
If he was using a forged ID, and there is no mention of him in our public records, then he was likely an illegal immigrant. They are not uncommon here in Khura'in.
An illegal immigrant. Don't those only show up in America?
You think you're the center of the world. If you were to go somewhere else, are you not an immigrant?
Nah, I'm a tourist.
Now, what if you went somewhere and lived there?
Extended tourist.
No! Ugh.
Come to think of it, Rafa mentioned something about immigrants yesterday.
Bill Clinton invented the term. Illegals wasn't a thing. Well, the more you know. But if that's the case, we have no way of knowing who he really is.
Extended tourism.
Lamau. Albie would make a fortune off of anyone who would believe that. You're an extended tourist. You just pay me a special fee for your building. Vital evidence. Now that we know this case has to take place after the Clinton administration, it's vital evidence. We'll have to proceed without holding a divination seance this time.
I had always thought that Acolyte Zealot was Khura'inese. Oh, how the High Priest must be lamenting his disciples' deception in the Twilight Realm. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you think? Should we add this to the testimony?
Always add it to the testimony.
This is an important fact. Please add it to the testimony.
It would seem to be a fact most inconvenient for the defense. But if you insist, Detective Sky, please add what you just said to your testimony. And please, someone stop these damn hiccups.
Yes, your majesty.
Hold it!
Your hiccups sound like lip smacks. Well, that's because I hold them in.
Isn't there some way to track down his real name?
No, not if he was an illegal immigrant.
Have you actually confirmed that he was in Khura'in illegally?
Well, We don't have any conclusive evidence.
I don't think that's healthy. Oh, you have the hiccups. Let me just. Is there a way to do detective work?
No. There's no way to find evidence. The prosecution always makes it up.
What?
Why do you think Edgeworth is so good at making you handmade gifts for your anniversaries?
Ah, shit. That makes so much sense.
But there's also no evidence of him being a citizen of Khura'in either.
Oh boy. Now what do we do?
What if there was a clue in the evidence you gathered?
That's probably our only hope at this point. If he really was an illegal immigrant, our proverbial goose is probably cooked.
Miles made Nick a perfect replica of the forged evidence for next Embarment Day. No! Edgeworth is like... He's not... Edgeworth would not be described as like super caring, but he's not heartless.
Oh, no, you don't understand. Nick is very motivated by loss. I had that put in his house so that way he would, come back to being a lawyer eventually. He'd be sparked on by seeing it so much.
Can't rotate the image. Huh. I want to throw this, because that'd be weird.
Objection!
That statement is... Oh, great. What are you going to do now? Open up a space-time... Hey, no, stop! Redo!
Objection!
Sorry, Detective Sky, but the police missed something important in their investigation.
But, huh? What are you talking about?
The victim was undeniably a Khura'inese native. And this crime scene photo proves it.
It does?
As if that never happens.
It's a little hard to see, but look closely. You'll see clear proof that the victim was Kurainese.
What? Where? I don't see anything that would prove that.
This proves the victim was Kurainese.
He has 5 fingers. He has an ear. It's probably this.
Take that!
Look at this tattoo right here.
Why, that's a tattoo of a peach?
Stereotype him.
I would like you all to think about the meaning of this tattoo.
This is like if a weeaboo died in Japan. It's just like, we don't know if he was Japanese. He has Japanese writing on him. It says foreign pervert. Fuck. Everyone knows you can only get tattoos at birth. I mean, in this world, I would not be surprised if that was true. I'm just... I got an idea. Tattoo. Okay. Oh, the victim really liked peaches.
Well, peaches are a favorite delicacy here in Khura'in.
They happen to be a personal favorite of mine, because I have to be the most important person when you're talking about a subject. They're my absolute favorite. All of a sudden. The sweetness of their abundant nectars and the softness of their perfectly ripe flesh. They are a blessing from the Holy Mother herself. Nailed it.
Nick, I've suddenly got a craving for peaches.
After the trial, Maya? After the trial, Maya. Right now, we have bigger fish to fry.
Now I want fish.
Fuck. Unfortunately, that is not a tattoo of a peach.
It is not a peach, you say? Then why the fuck did I say I liked peaches? What is it then?
Take a closer look. Have you seen something like that before? Namely, the tattoo on the High Priest's brow.
Oh my! What?
This mark is only borne by members of the Kurainist clergy.
Objection!
So that is what you believe it to be. But are you not utterly... But are they not utterly different shapes? Sure, they're differently shaped, but there's a reason for that. Everything goes in the square hole. The victim had the peach-shaped tattoo inked over in an existing tattoo for the same reason. However, the dark red portion is exactly the same as the mark all Kurainist clergy bear.
Hey! You're right!
Until about 20-some odd years ago, let's go with 3, everyone did get one, didn't they? I read
it for a split second.
I myself got it on my right but
That is entirely too much information, your majesty.
The victim is secretly the fat-ass peach deity from Okami. What? Where? Just like the papaya Zelda lady.
I have no idea what any of them are talking about right now. Wait, information on everyone who enters the clergy is maintained at the temple. All we have to do is look up a monk with the mark in the same spot.
I'm on it. I'll let you know if I get any hits.
That will not be necessary. If you seek information on the clergy, I have it all right here.
Oh my! You never cease to admit. So tell us, is there anyone who fits the bill?
Why did you have that?
No reason. It's my friends list, asshole. There is just one, and his name is...
I need to turn up the fan. I'm overheating over here. Oh no! Oh, the names always get me in these games. They're so funny. We're not realistic, but that's what makes them so good. Oh no! After the stream, I'm gonna change my name to Kitsune. You go. You'll have fun with that. And have fun with Starbucks. That many umlauts, you were a Warcraft weapon. There is just one, and his name is Real Nemu. He became a monk 20 years ago. She's floating! She's straight up floating! You can see the camera turn, and her physics aren't lining, her feet aren't lining up. Bleh. That must be the victim's real name. Wait, Riva has... Riva has been there all this time? I mean, yeah, we cut to her and all of a sudden her incense is there. What else does she have to do? It's Karine. There's nothing to do but, you know, pet a yak.
But why would he have tried to cover up his tattoo with another one?
Yeah, there must be some reason.
Nick! That's not important right now. The important thing is we have his real name.
You're right.
Come on, girl. Sit down. Aren't you tired? Nope, she said it herself. She's not tired.
Your Majesty, now that we know the victim's real name, the divination seance might finally work.
A lawyer who willingly seeks a seance. This is entirely unprecedented.
Ha! You are but digging your own grave, Defense. We won't know that until we try. Sure, it's risky, but it's our only hope.
Very well. Let the divination seance be held once more.
Yay, dance! Why would a lawyer work so hard to see the divination seance be held once more? Are you a fool, Barbed Head? And your foolishness shall yield no gratitude from me. For with the truth revealed by my insights, I shall gladly seek your demise.
Bring it on, princess. Because I will correctly interpret each and every one of your insights.
You will regret ever thinking you could use my secret insights as evidence.
O Holy Mother, we hold this divination seance in you. Let the eyes of
Yeah,
Ellie
yeah. Go,
dance
go, go.
so that we may receive.
Now I do wonder what happens if I hit the skip button. How dare you! You already got to see it once! In this very stream. Alright, now let's see what happens when you try and skip it. Okay, so those bubble things were always there. I just... Huh. Oh! Oh my! You get to see your daughter once. Yeah, you already had visitation this week. Okay, so from my interpretations of that, we hear the Plumbed Punisher theme, which means it was at the hour that stone fell onto real Nemu, and that's where all the blood came from on the Warbed, because it crushed them. And so the knife was put into the same spot to look like they got killed with the dagger, but in fact, it was them being crushed upon the Warbed with the giant stone.
It is just as Mr. Wright summarized. Pere Zealot wasn't the victim's true name. And now at last, we have seen the victim's final moments.
But all we could see was the ground. Nope!
Not the ground.
You seem terribly disappointed. I take it you did not find any fodder for one of your infamous turnabouts? I, on the other hand, have discovered something. Conclusive evidence that establishes the accused's guilt.
You did?
A most surprising surprise attack! So, tell us, Prosecutor said Maki, what is this conclusive evidence you have found?
The Plumbed Punisher theme song that the deceased heard. Please consider this item here.
Oh, wait. There's also the thing. I wonder if Rafa, because it's Rafa doing all those little text blobs, she's just interpreting it. I wonder if she is like, that's the Plum Punisher theme, but it was the Steel Samurai theme, and then we'll be able to, take on her as the true culprit who killed both of them. Did I crack the case wide open?
It was confiscated from the accused during her interrogation.
Hey! That's my Plumbed Punisher strap!
Lettercock? When you press the Magitama on the Plumbed Punisher's belt...
Rafa. Ah, I was hoping they'd give, Rafa a small twitch of just that's not what I heard.
Oh no!
It seems the accused inadvertently pressed the button in the midst of her crime.
In the middle of a ton of people that were supposedly praying. No one noticed that. No one looked up to see Maya Fey stabbing a knife into the man.
This strap is an extremely rare item. Is it not, Ms. Fey?
You better not break it! There's only one of those in the whole wide world!
Maya, no! Oh.
It is just as I said. Your flights of fancy have come crashing down on you. She sure seems to be enjoying this.
Girl, you wanna die so bad!
Yeah. I've never seen her look so thrilled before either.
It is time to accept the fact that the divination seance is far more than mere evidence. It is the very truth that brings the hammer of justice down upon the accused.
That's as conclusive as evidence can get. Nothing will prove this wrong. Now then, if there are no further objections...
Objection!
Slow down, your majesty. At least let me make a counter-argument.
What's this? Do you take issue with the divination seance that you tried so hard to summon?
Oh, I have issues with it. I just don't know what they are yet.
I know what they are. I'm smarter than Phoenix.
But that's never stopped me before. The divination seance is not the absolute truth. It only becomes the truth after it's been interpreted correctly.
You do not know when you are beaten, do you, foolish lawyer? I am the only one who speaks for the Mitama of the deceased. If you believe there is to be errors in my insights, then let us see you prove it. The victim was offering up his prayers. It was the night of the rite. Though it was dark, the pattern on the plaza ground was visible. Then someone was there, and the theme to The Plumbed Punisher filled the air. Do I have pictures? Motherfucker, it's also green. It's the same shit. Whoever did this knew what they were doing. The accused held the defenseless victim down and plunged their knife into his neck. The blade struck true, and in that instance, he departed from this world. That is everything the deceased experienced in his final moments.
Her benevolence's insights have painted a detailed picture, both vivid and true.
I didn't notice any holes there. As they stand now, those insights are really stacked against us. I'll just have to go over each and every one of the deceased sensations very carefully.
Okay, so select. We know that Gingil only shows up the day before. I didn't even save. Whoops. I was so confident.
It was really the Knight of the Right.
What do you mean? It could not be otherwise. The accused slew Acolyte Zealot after killing the High Priest during the purification rite.
Man, dead naming much?
But, huh?
The only problem is the deceased spirits does not corroborate that.
What's this?
Take a good look at what the victim smelled. Do you see how it says Gingil? Acolyte Zealot shouldn't have smelled any Gingil on the Night of the Rite.
What do you mean?
Let me back up my statement with some evidence for you. This should explain how the victim couldn't have smelled Gingi the night of the rite. Where is it? There's something about the instructions.
Which starts at noon the day before the rite and must be finished the same day. But that doesn't say the Gingil must be eaten within the day. Look. There's the hands that he was pressed up against. It fell onto him and boom. Death. Is it this?
Take that!
To be frank, your assertion stinks, Defense.
It doesn't smell that bad.
Indeed. I nearly passed out from the stench.
Oh, frick, this was farther back, wasn't it? What do you mean? It could not be otherwise. The accused slew Acolyte Zella after killing the High Priest during the purification rite.
The only problem is the deceased spirit does not corroborate that.
What's this?
Take a good look at what the victim smelled. Do you see how it says Gingil? Acolyte Zealot shouldn't have smelled any Gingil the night of the rite.
What do you mean?
Let me back up my statement with some evidence for you.
I don't think I've ever had to do the judge's like flashback voice. Does the judge ever show up in flashbacks? Like either judge? It's probably really rare. Yes, you have, yes. Frick. Both judges.
Take that!
The high priest's wife, Believe in Me, told me about the Feast of Blessings. The feast includes a number of Gingil-based dishes, and they're only supposed to be served at a certain time the day before the rite.
Why, I believe you're right. I had completely forgotten about that.
During the feast, the unique smell of Gingil pervaded the entire kingdom.
That's pretty impressive.
I know. That's why I held for effect.
It's so funny. But it's also kind of bad that it's just like, oh yeah, they say they're religious and stuff, but Phoenix uses the very religious texts and things to point out of just like, this is when this stuff happened. You people should have noticed that. To the actual people who, you know, inhabit this place. Though I guess it could also be said that it's just like he's an outsider and so he notices the details, whereas they just see it as normal. They don't notice it as much. Like the specific days that you would do communion at your church, do you know what days those were without being told? if you went to church. They're not used to questioning the vision. Yeah. Or do things that don't help them. Yeah.
The fact that the victim smelled it means he dealt it. He was murdered between noon and 3 p.m. the day before the purification rite.
I am not so easily fooled. Did that autopsy report not make it clear? The estimated time of death was during the rite.
Oh, right. I taught her about that yesterday. Forgive me, Your Benevolence, but the estimated time of death is just that, an estimate. Depending on the circumstances, it's possible for it to change.
What's this? The autopsy report can be updated?
Yeah, it can. When you put it like that, it sounds so much worse. Like, if a body was kept cold, the slowed rate of decay makes the death seem more recent.
Why, I believe I have heard something of the sort before. If it's as Mr. Wright claims, the estimated time of death in the autopsy report will have to be revised.
Christian communion is every day except Good Friday. And even then, they still do it. It's just leftovers. I have a very different church then. We did it the first Sunday of each month, I believe. First Sunday of each month, not Monday. Bobbed head! You blinded me with science!
Sorry? Wait, what am I apologizing for?
Catholic. That was a one-hit wonder reference. Hey, what's a one-hit wonder? I only know the term as, like, people getting a one-hit wonder, like Gangnam Style. No matter. The murder may have occurred in the afternoon hours the day before the rite. Blah, 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 blah. Nevertheless, though, the murder weapon with the accused's prints on it is incontrovertible evidence.
Such a big word. Good job.
She blinded me with science. It's a one-hit wonder. Huh.
Phoenix, no pronouns just dropped.
Or is the she referring to Emma? I will now amend my insight to account for this new truth. Uh-oh. I'm getting spooked. The light above me is flickering a lot. It was the afternoon the day before the rite. Though it's dark, the pattern on the plaza ground was visible. The time of death has been corrected, leaving my insight infallible. It means it's hungry. Put applesauce in the socket. No! That's my applesauce. I need it for the fiber. Nick!
A change in the time of death is bound to cause some sort of inconsistency. If I had something that showed what it was like on that day, it could really help.
She was crushed under the weight after she started HRT.
Heavy are the tits. Good thing it's not heavy is the tits. Da! Bring me more sandwich. Ratatatatata. It costs $100,000 to have 2 doses of Estradol.
Okay, let's save here. Not make the mistake before. Speaking of stereotypes. Okay. I can't present evidence, though. Oh. The thick white ice that froze the ground from the inner sanctum to the Plaza of Devotion until yesterday has melted. How do I present evidence?
Objection!
The change in the date and time of the crime has caused a new inconsistency to surface.
What's this? Ugh, you are making that irritating face again. Cease that at once.
Sorry, but this is the face I was born with. Now, let's focus on what's important. What the victim saw in his final moments.
Do you have bats in the belfry, Barbed Head? There is nothing to see! The ground of the plaza was all that entered the victim's eyes!
And that's what I find so strange. On the day before the rite, it should have been impossible to see that pattern on the ground.
Impossible, you say? What? There was more? It seemed like that was the last of what he said. Do explain. Elaborate, if you will. Speaking of elaborating, what do you mean by speaking of stereotypes? That heavy are the tits. I wish I had those.
Take that!
The newspaper has an article that is tiny in size, but huge in importance. It says that the ground was covered with thick white ice the day before the rite.
What? But
The victim did not see so much as ice cubes on the ground.
Exactly. And so we must ask, what was the victim looking at in his final moments?
if you have something to say, then say it, Barbed Head!
The last thing the victim saw was not the ground at the Plaza of Devotion. This can only mean that he was killed elsewhere.
What? What?
What? Then where do you propose the victim was actually killed? Like the eardrums I just shattered!
Yes, tell us where, otherwise your argument is worthless.
About that, I haven't gotten to that part yet. Any ideas, Maya?
Let me think. Well, it's somewhere green and shaggy, right?
Right, but where could that be?
What is it, Barbed Head? Given up already?
wonder where. Not at all. Now, where have I seen something green and shaggy before? Shaggy? Ruh-roh. This evidence shows where the victim was killed. The secret hideout the rebels were using.
The rebel hideout? There was no such There was no such place anywhere on the floor of that chamber.
You are absolutely right. There's no place on the floor, anyway.
Then what did the victim see in his final moments, if not the floor of the rebel hideout?
This is what the victim saw in his final moments. You know, the thing with handprints on it.
Take that!
The shaggy green surface the victim saw was one of the moss-covered stone slabs. Hey, slab! Not that slab. As you can see, there are two distinct hand-shaped impressions in the moss here. I believe the victim was killed while he stood there with his hands pressed against the slab.
Objection!
That does agree with the seance vision. However, one cannot definitely declare they are one and the same.
I concur.
Yes, you concur.
Okay. You can stop nodding now, Son Mahi. There is no proof that a murder occurred in the rebel hideout.
Indeed. What evidence do you have of this?
I've already shown you the evidence.
What do you mean?
Please take a look at this second version of the photo I just showed. You can see the results of the luminal test I performed in the rebel hideout. This is proof positive.
I feel like those are supposed to be switched around.
This is positive proof that someone had been bleeding in front of that stone slab.
Is this true?
This information has already been provided to the police.
Detective Sky? To whom does this blood belong?
We thought it was the high priest's blood that flowed in from outside. So we haven't tested it yet. Proof positive is a phrase.
The more you know.
Then you must do so at once. Analyze every single blood pile you come across. How many times does this happen in the feckin' games? Why do they always assume the blood is always from one person?
Yes, your majesty.
It appears the police have finished testing the blood. Detective Sky, your report, please.
The blood found in the rebel hideout belongs to Perez-a-Lot, just like the defense claims.
Detective Sky, do you realize what your blunder has done to me? When this trial concludes, I want to see you in my prayer chamber. There, I will deliver a joyous sermon unto you for 8 hours straight.
I'm really sorry, but please, anything but that. Nick, maybe, just maybe, this is the chance we've been waiting for.
Yep, it would seem so. I hate to do this to Emma, but...
Go for it. It's full speed ahead.
More wife abuse. The victim was killed in the rebel hideout the day before the purification rites. Then his body was moved to the Plaza of Devotion by someone who we've yet to identify. So when we thought we saw Acolyte Zealot praying during the rite, he was already dead. And that's not all. If he was killed at the Inner Sanctum, that would explain one more thing.
And that would be?
How the time of death was made to look later than it actually was. The proof of which was left behind at the Sanctum. This points to how the time of death was made to appear later than it actually was.
Oh, was it the ton of snow?
Yeah!
Take that!
Why, these are photos of the Inner Sanctum.
I'd like to focus on this one. The proof is right here in this photo. This is how the time of death was made to appear later than it really was. Do you see how the snow has been removed from this one spot only? That's because it was used to keep the victim's body cold. And that's why the time of death wasn't what it seemed.
The time was mistaken and the place too. And just what do you believe that proves?
That my client is innocent.
What if her fingerprints on the dagger and the Plumped Punisher theme the victim heard? You have failed to address these two key pieces of evidence.
I see your point.
Wasn't this your big chance, Nick?
I'm really hoping that the difference in location can invalidate either the weapon or the theme song from being used as evidence against you.
Actually, that might be possible. At least for one of them.
Really?
But I'm not gonna tell you because Mia says you can do it on your own.
Fuck!
What's this? You say you can contradict our argument for a key piece of evidence? Very well, let's see you try. Nick, take a good look at the Rebel hideout photo.
Oh! The defense can invalidate this piece of evidence.
The Plumbed Punisher theme. How do you intend to support such a claim?
Since the murder happened in the Rebel hideout, there's something there that played the theme song, other than my client's strap.
It wasn't the strap. Is this true?
The item that played the Plumbed Punisher theme was this.
Take that!
This is the Plumbed Punisher alarm clock. Only for $4.99, 50 only exists in the world. That's really cheap for a clock. Well, you have to pay the entrance fee of 30,000 damas. Wait, why is the entrance fee damas, but then the actual buying money is dollars? Because you can only buy it with dollars, but to get in, you need damas. So you need a rare currency here, dollars, and damas. You need both, because you gotta be an international fan.
Alarm who? Alarmo who? Hello, Plumbed Punisher clock.
That would be so funny. Capcom, in the wake of Nintendo, like releasing their Alarmo, Capcom's like, hey, here's the Thinker alarm clock, and here's the Plumbed Punisher alarm clock. Apparently, video game alarm clocks are all the rage now.
Leon! Leon! Leon!
I haven't played the Retsies, so I don't know if they have alarm clocks as well. Is there a Leon alarm clock? I mean, honestly, I would love if Capcom did, like, team up with Nintendo to make Alarmo have the clocks in these games, like the Thinker going off every hour.
Methinks it's 7 a.m.
And then the, like, intense theme could be, like... I don't know the Ace Attorney music that well. But you could have a whole entire Ace Attorney soundscape of multiple games. Imagine Ashley trying to wake you up. I'd destroy the clock in a heartbeat. Whoa, there's something going on with Resi.
I believe the victim heard its alarm go off.
What proof do you have that the alarm went off?
Objection!
What proof do you have that it was my client Strap that played the theme song?
Yeah, we finally, like, threw it back at someone. Do not twist the facts with your loyally wiles.
Do you mean lies?
No, I know what I said.
You are too young for me. Back off.
Either way, the accused would still be guilty based off her prints on the murder weapon. And here is what really happened. Tidbit throwing it back on stream. I can't. Look at the tomato. They can't dance. Poor tomato. I physically cannot throw it back. I've tried. My body just doesn't move like that. Though there have been some twists and turnabouts, that is the truth of what happened.
I won't get anywhere until I can eliminate the dagger.
Most impressive, your benevolence. I see no inconsistencies anywhere in the prosecution's case.
Wow. Going impressive to her benevolence because she just repeated what I pointed out. Men get no victory in history, do they? Hey, that's my line. Are you not? Aren't you not a man? I'm only a man when it actually, like, benefits me. But every other moment I'm non-binary. Huh. What a weird way to identify. No, there is one.
What's this? You still claim there to be an inconsistency.
Try as you might, the outcome will always be the same. Also, I'm not saying people actually, like, change their identity depending on what suits them, will benefit them. I'm just saying villains say they do that. But they always identify as one thing. An asshole.
You say there's an inconsistency even after I said there weren't? Gotcha!
Wait a minute. How can we prove that someone was there with the sound? We can't. Because it goes off every hour.
Objection!
Your benevolence! Isn't this statement inconsistent with the vision?
Inconsistent?
Aren't you currently on to the murder weapon part?
Oh, right.
Exactly, where the inconsistency lies.
No, I believe they are actually just trying to get a sneaky deaky hint.
Guess there wasn't any inconsistency after all.
Nope, no hint for you. Suffer.
But I can heal.
What? No, no! Bosses can't heal!
Wasn't she like, that's the thing I'm latching on to? Okay.
Healing? You're a saint!
Do I just point out that it's just like Maya's not heavy?
Objection!
Feck.
Your benevolence! Healing on the get-go. No wonder they want you to burn in their hell.
No hint. Oh, wait, I just had the wrong thing.
Objection!
Oh, no, because I just saved it at that moment. Let's save on the supposed thing we need to use.
Objection! Objection!
I can understand why people would hate this, because there is so many things you can try with each statement. Get good. I'm trying. I'm working on it. Oh yeah, wait. Words can get more and more intense.
Objection!
Okay. I gotta turn my thinking around. Just look over all the evidence. Because it does... If Maya didn't stabble him... I know how the person was stabbed. I just don't know how to attack this statement stuff. And I do not fully know where, you know. I'm gonna look it up if you want help. I want to know what statement am I going against? You know, the scroll part here. I want to know out of 1 to 5, which one of these am I supposed to be working with? Heavy did it. Says it right there. Case closed.
You are dead!
Scary. I don't know. That's scary. Lamar! I want to throw evidence at this statement of just someone was there and the theme to the Plum Punisher filled the air. It's like, this doesn't prove if someone was there. You want help? Yeah, I want to know which statements I'm supposed to be working with for this next part. Why is heavy? Why does he feel heavy? I thought we were going after the weapon. I'll summon Evelyn then, BRB. No, we don't need the ultimate power if they're busy.
Objection!
I thought we were going after the weapon. Because you said so, doll. The victim was originally thought to have been stabbed while bent over in prayer. But he was actually standing with his hands against the stone slab. So the question is, where does the sensation of something heavy come from?
Yes, I see your point.
He got bent while standing, Lamau! Kiri, you are a joy to have right now. You are adding such an interesting energy to the chat. Since the victim was standing, he couldn't have been held down.
Then tell us, Mr. Wright, what was that heavy sensation felt by the victim?
Massive milkers. All I've got is dairy.
Ah, thanks. Glad to be here, little schnicker.
What caused the heavy sensation Zealot felt? Any thoughts, Maya?
I agree that a sense of heaviness seems important, but whenever I channel Mia, I'm totally Maya. I feel heavy. There's also the matter of Zealot's hands on the stone slab. Why were they even there?
Could it be related to the cause of the heavy sensation?
Well, Mr. Wright, do you have an answer for us? The court?
Of course. If I just envision the state of Zealot was in when he was killed. The cause of the heaviness the victim felt was...
Do you think they can see eye worms and visions? I mean, probably. You get the full visual sensation.
The only conceivable cause is the stone slab falling over, trapping the victim underneath.
Huh? What? Oh! The stone slab came falling down on him, crushing him underneath.
Right! That was the cause of the heavy sensation the victim felt.
Objection.
That kills people, Tidbit! Wait, what? The little bacteria patterns people see, that kills people, Tidbit. What? Eye worms kill people? What? The stone kills people. Oh. So, if someone has astigmatism and doesn't have glasses on while they died,
It's over!
getting crushed underweight kills people. Yeah. I mean, some people want to go out like that.
Wow, it's been a while since Nayuta talked. Jeez. While your theory is impressive, you have overlooked a key fact.
Killing people kills people.
Oh no! The victim was not crushed to death. Rather, he was stabbed. Oh yeah, like I totally didn't think of that. Or do you claim that the dagger was plunged in after the stone slab had fell on him? No. Plus, had the killer been behind the victim, they would have been both crushed together.
Well, would you care to explain?
Sure, I'd love to. That doesn't mean I can. How could the dagger have been plunged in the air after the slab fell on the victim?
Once you get what this is, lady.
The killer couldn't have plunged the dagger into the victim after the slab fell on him. But... Oh, wait, I was saying that out loud?
Yeah, we still heard you.
What?
But what if the murder weapon wasn't what we thought it was? Well, there were other weapons in the rebel hideout. I'm sorry, I'm very sleepy. I wasn't used for a good chunk. You were going all through the timeline, looking through that itty-bitty tiny pathetic puddle.
Hey!
But the entrance to the hideout is right by the stone slab. There isn't enough space between the two to use any of the weapons found within. Yeah, there's not much space by the entrance, is there? So, what was the real murder weapon then? Better think of something.
If the murder weapon wasn't the dagger, then the dagger must have been plunged into the victim after he was already dead. That means he was stabbed at least twice, but the autopsy doesn't mention that.
Then he must have been stabbed in the same spot with something shaped like the dagger.
It was a butterfly. Would the defense care to offer an explanation sometime this century?
Wait, wasn't there something dagger-like near the scene of the crime? Something that had a shape similar to the warped dagger.
What-a? Na 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 na. Yeah. I'm waiting for her aha moment.
Present your evidence at this time, Mr. Wright.
This shows what really killed the victim.
Take that!
Is this not the photo from the scene of the High Priest murder? Are you suggesting the murder weapon is hidden here, wherein?
Urethra! I mean, Eureka! Hi, my name's Dale Conninger, and I have a new product for you. The Urethra Effect. It allows you to teleport outside alimony. Outside the law. I may not know what a urethra is at this moment. My mind is currently filled with Ace Attorney. This is what really took Perez-Zalot life.
Do you actually not? No, I'm just doing it for the bit.
Take that!
No thoughts, only lawyers. What am I, Evelyn?
But that is the
warped statue? Sorta.
Exactly. I am American Evelyn. The warped statue has dagger-like feathers protruding from it. That is what really took the victim's life.
Objection!
Impudent fool! The statue is outside of the hideout!
Oh, were you not told it rotates?
Also, wait, I have a question. Okay, the blade does follow the same pattern as the spike from the feather. Oh, look! I'm handsome when mad.
How do you propose it impaled someone who was inside? You fool!
Haven't you heard? The warped statue also functions as the hideout's door.
What do you mean?
The statue can pull a complete switcheroo.
A switcheroo?
To put it simply, it's a revolving door.
a revolving door? Why, that makes perfect sense.
Therefore, I believe the truth behind the divination seance to be this.
Nayuta doesn't know about impaling someone inside. Ah, yes, the switcheroo. The Nintendo Switch's successor. Don't make jokes. The joke is going to be that you can flip the switch upside down. You can do a full switcheroo. Or it's going to be screens on both sides. You can flip, you can switch which side you're looking at. It seems bad design to make it obvious when someone is inside the secret room with the secret door. Well, have you not seen most revolving doors? If it's one-sided, you just spin it again to let the original be out there. If the stream gets flagged, then my prediction was true. Where did the wand go? But it's tight. Does this have the diagram? Where's the diagram of the room? This doesn't have the diagram. Where's the diagram everyone keeps on pulling up?
That's what he said.
As the victim entered the secret hideout, the stone sculpture came toppling towards him. He threw his hands to stop it, but its weight forced him backwards. Unfortunately, the warp statue was right behind him.
This cannot be! It's also dangerous to turn it again with the bird coming at you. Yeah, it's real sharp. But that's why only the brave rebels. A true eureka moment. Maya just standing there. They didn't give me animations, so I'm just kind of standing here. But the accused's fingerprints were found on the dagger.
She had held it while rehearsing for the rite, which is when her prints got on it.
This is a shocking turn of events. But there is a great deal of circumstantial evidence in the defense's favor. Nope, not anymore. I remove it. I believe we must accept that the warped statue was what killed the victim.
They knew I'd do too many crimes if I could animate.
Circumstantial.
You mean the circumstance? You mean the thing that happened? The facts?
Now that we know how Acolyte Zealot really met his demise, there's no basis for claiming my client committed this crime.
Nice work, Nick! How can this be happening yet again? The divination seance is the only truth.
No, your benevolence. It's not the truth itself, but it is a means for shedding light on the truth.
No.
Do you understand now? Your kingdom needs lawyers so they can interpret your insights.
But that means I have been misinterpreting the voices of the spirits all this time.
This is your benevolence! Are you unwell? Oh no, oh no.
You got demoted from god to saint!
All the color has drained from your face. You look like Optimus Prime.
Ha! Faker! No, it's not that she's not a faker. It's just that, you know, she's been presenting the stuff and people have just been taking it blindly. She's not a faker. It's the system around her that is the issue. You take that back, Kiri! 14-year-old realizing the many innocent souls on her hands. Well, I don't put it on her because all she does is just show the interpretations. She's not the one sentencing them. She's not the one accusing people. She's just showing. This is like blaming luminol testing for figuring out that
That's the person we figured out by the blood stains. Luminol testing. It has so many blood on people's hands.
so he interprets them against them.
No.
You shouldn't take people as they present to. I will be fine. Get mad at the message, not the messenger kind of thing. Yes, precisely. It is a piece of evidence. You don't get mad that the literal smoking. Okay, maybe saying the smoking gun killed the person. Okay. You don't get mad at the evidence that someone pulled the trigger. You don't get mad at the evidence. You get mad at the person pulling the trigger.
But she's telling the evidence is against the accused.
No one ever questioned it. They just saw, oh, there's a blood stain here. Must have been them. Miles Edgeworth is the killer because they died in his office. Obviously. Don't question it. This is like saying the cops had nothing to do with it for just presenting the evidence and explaining how that means they did it. How quirky. When they didn't. Raifa's not the issue. She is simply being used as a tool by, Inga? The guy who wants a ton of people dead? It's not her fault. She's in a bad system. She's doing her job. She didn't know. Raifa's part of the issue. The mother would be doing the seance divinations then. Would you say she's evil then? If it was the mother? It doesn't matter that it's her doing it. Continue your proceedings without me.
As you wish.
We're getting to the philosophy of stuff here. Her job is not to accuse the victim.
She's a royal. She must not be trusted fully.
Sorry. Another prosecutor could be handling this case, so it doesn't matter if I get wrongful conviction. I have no blood on my hands. My brain is so focused on playing a game that it's hard to formulate. It's hard to formulate what I am trying to say. Someone smarter can point this out.
I kind of feel bad for her. She didn't know what she was doing. She wasn't implicitly being evil. It was just that no one was, questioning it. They just went along with it, with their idea of who was accused. That's the issue. She's not evil. It's the fact no one around her did anything. She's just a kid. She didn't know any better.
She's not evil. But she has blood on her hands. Okay. Yes, we can. She's partly responsible. Partly, yes. There is blood, but not any blood that cannot be cleaned. She was part of a bad system, yes. But she can do better, and she didn't know she was getting blood on her hands. So obviously it wasn't a lot.
Now then, I would have the defense continue. Please explain what you have learned now that we know how the victim actually died.
Acolyte Zealot was killed in the hideout before the High Priest's murder. That means the body found at the Plaza of Devotion was moved there by the real killer. But only after the warp dagger was thrust into him, to make it look like the murder weapon.
That does seem to agree with what we now know.
Yeah, it's just like, why did you say real killer? You could have said accident. I guess you need to fix the last trial too. But it's also the fact of we don't know why it tipped over, because it has to be tipped over by someone pushing it, as Phoenix discovered. And so It doesn't just happen unless there's an earthquake, and I don't think there was an earthquake. And also the fact that someone deliberately took the body out and framed it as a crime with Maya's prints on it. That shows they may not have killed Zealot, but they definitely are using this. He did say it's so easy for it to fall. Yeah. Maybe it was loose. Yeah, but it still doesn't change the fact someone picked up a dead body without telling the authorities and framing someone else. That is still bad.
That does seem to agree with what we now know. But why would the real killer go to such lengths?
I believe stabbing Acolyte Zealot's body with the dagger and moving it to the plaza was... a crime committed for fun. A warning from the Twilight Realm to make it look like a serial murder. It was an attempt to make my client look like a serial killer.
Oh, crimes are fun. I mean, in video games.
That's right. The real killer planned all of this. This forged serial murder case.
They did?
That's it, Nick. Keep hammering away.
Oh, Kiri, did you know Nayuta is voiced by Matthew Mercer? I'm bashing you to the Twilight Realm. Say hi to Midna for me. I really don't like Sad Mahi. Their animations even annoy me. Oy. Oh.
Your reasoning has more holes in it than that cheese you foreigners so enjoy.
What?
Like those putrid hole-ridden clumps of curd that only a rat like you could love. Your reasoning, much like your putrid hole-riddled brain, has putrefied.
What is their deal with things going putrid?
Xenophobia much? Oh, Kiri, you have no idea.
You have yet to overturn my argument that the accused is the killer. A careful analysis of the chain of events up to the killing exposed the truth as follows.
As well as anyone/country that likes cheese.
Worse.
I'd hate to be a tourist in this country. Oh.
He's bad.
Disguised as Lady Kira, the accused found the rebel hideout the day before the rites. But Acolyte Zealot had followed her there. After noticing her suspicious behavior, caught by surprise, she pushed the stone slab towards him. And we know the rest.
How would she know that it was loose?
I've never been to the rebel hideout in my life.
When the high priest arrived at the sanctum the next day, he realized what she had done. That is when the accused murdered him in order to silence him.
I believe Prosecutor said Mahi is posed a compelling scenario. I am easily swayed. It's probably what my face feels like. Swayed. The defense, on the other hand, has yet to disprove the accused's guilt.
Objection!
I have done it several times now. Why would my client move Acolyte Zealot's body to where everyone could see it? And why would she stab the dagger with her fingerprints into his dead body? She has no reason to do any of those things.
The dagger in his corpse was likely a warning to the rebels. Something along the lines of, Lady Kira will slay the defiant dragons.
So, that is why she moved the body to the plaza for all to see.
No, yes, the judge convinced too. I thought I'd finally made some headway.
Well, Mr. Wright, about time for one of your groans of distress, is it not?
The groans of distress? It kills me to admit this, but I've got nothing to counter their argument with.
Oof, we back to square one. Yep. Doing court in the Ace Attorney world is like playing Chutes and Ladders. You think you're so far ahead, and then all of a sudden, you're back at square one.
And I still haven't disproven the allegations against Maya.
Is it not time to end your futile struggle? You were already judged guilty yesterday. That makes you a dead lawyer walking. Accept the death that now awaits you, and in doing so, finally know peace.
A dead lawyer walking indeed. Then again, are not all lawyers who practice in crime?
Shut up! Too much? Are you done yet? I'd like to put myself on even ground right now.
But I must admit I misspoke earlier. Allow me to amend my statement. I had said the defense's reasoning had a putrid, cheese-like smell. But I now realize the stench was from his own putrid body, on the verge of death.
Now I'm a rotting zombie.
Zombie, 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 If Snyder can put it in a zombie movie, I can make a reference to zombies with that song. Wait, if there's no lawyers in crime, then what is Nayuta? In AA, they're called defense lawyers and prosecutors. Yeah, just like overseas in normal AA, prosecutors are the people that work with the police and, compile the evidence to prove who is the accused. In here, there's no fighting force against those accusations and claims. There's no lawyers here. Phoenix is literally one of 2 lawyers we know about. Oh, like a detective. Detective finds evidence. Prosecutors compile and examine evidence. You see, this badge, it means something here. It means a death sentence. This series just uses the word lawyer only for defense lawyers. Yes, thank you, doll. Prosecutors don't get called lawyers in the series. Yeah. But we know there's one other supposed lawyer in this land, and it's Dirk, the leader of the Defiant Dragons. He's a defense lawyer. And so it's quite interesting because he's keep on being played up as like a bad guy, but we're learning that it's just like, oh, maybe the queen is evil. Or especially Inga, the husband, the justice minister, who sentences people to death by cigar, constantly. And so, it's interesting. I do want to see a series. I want to know how you would even deal with like a villain that is your exact same profession. Justice minister. Boo da ga. Doll has regressed into a baby.
I think who could have killed Zealot the day before the rite.
Sorry, Boudiga. Bodega.
Give me a boo. Give me a D. Give me a guy. Give me a boo. Give me a D. Give me a guy. Just dying on the last one. Who knew about the rebel hideout and could gain access to the inner sanctum?
Only those involved with the rite can enter the sanctum. So,
Wait a second. Only a rebel would have known about the secret hideout, and the only person who was involved with the rite had access to the sanctum. Who was suspected of being a rebel is... oh.
did somebody come to mind?
Yes, except there's one huge problem.
A huge problem?
What are you two going on about? Plotting your escape from this sacred hall?
Raifa went to the bodega to clear her mind with a ham and cheese. The one on 4th. Down past the Twilight Realm.
Yes, in this universe, Manhattan is lower than the Twilight Realm.
I would not put it past you, considering you have no means to raise further objections. If I don't do something, Prosecutor Sarmahi will have this one in the bag. I'll just have to bluff my way out of this, regardless of that huge problem. Yeesh! Your Majesty, I believe there is another suspect in Perez Zalot's murder.
Objection.
Even the most benevolent Holy Mother would not forgive such a desperate lie.
Oh, hey, Souls of the Damned. Sorry if I messed up on any of you. Anyway, can I get a 12-inch on Italian?
You already know she
Said you already said she wouldn't forgive him.
After all, you know very well that such a person does not exist.
What's with all these people in evidence?
No, there is one person who knew everything.
Does such a figure truly exist? Tell us who that might be.
I believe the prime suspect in Acolyte Zealot's murder is...
Take that!
It had to be someone allowed to enter the sanctum and who knew of the hideout. And that would be the High Priest. He could have committed the crime if it occurred the day before the rite. You would pin a crime upon the dead, knowing very well that they tell no tales. Have you no shame? Dead men tell no tales. That is definitely a problem.
Can you guess where this is going? It's a complicated affair. So, they died because of Trust in Me. Then Trust in Me died because of Believe in Me. Because they were avenging real Nemu's death. Because this guy, not a rebel. This guy, rebel. This gal, not a rebel. These two, working with the Lady Kira disguise. This guy, working with the rebels, not with the Lady Kira disguise. And then she just blames it on Maya, because she probably hates foreigners. A lot of people do here. Not a reb. Aye.
If only the High Priest could tell his side of the story. Hey, Maya! You can pull up the dead people, right?
What? Do I have something on my face?
Wait a second. Could this actually work?
Oh no. Don't tell me I have something of my breakfast caught between my teeth.
Bring him out of the grave to testify! You don't know.
Kiri, do you know how right you are?
No. If there's even the slightest possibility, I'll have to go with it. Your Majesty! Dead men do tell tales! Therefore, I would like to request the High Priest's testimony.
His testimony? And just how do you propose we get the deceased to testify?
There's a way for the dead to testify. It's known as...
Phoenix, you're gonna get Maya killed! Nick's being dramatic for the sake of it. Appreciate that. Well, yeah, because he's not thinking. He's not thinking about the fact of just like, oh, wait, this is going to reveal Maya as a channeler. And it's going to throw off the whole hierarchy. Well, he'll save himself at least. Yep. It's my name on the box, and everyone already wants Maya dead, so... Let's go. Summon in here by the means of spirit channeling.
What? What did you just say?
Spirit channeling? Has this lawyer finally got his...
This is sacrilege! May the Holy Mother strike him down! Peace! What did you just say, lawyer? I am frankly astonished you even know of such a thing. But spirit channeling is a secret art that only Her Eminence Queen Garan can perform. And Her Eminence is far too busy with other duties to perform it at our pleasure.
I suspected as much. That means our only hope is... Oh, he's dead on the spot!
Ba-da-ba-ba-da. Ba-ba-da-da-da. Rooster Teeth is all dead. Maya's last request is being used for burger patties. Philanthropic in her last moments. It's okay, Nick. You can tell them.
But, Maya, I thought you wanted to keep it a secret here in Gurine.
Don't worry, you just said it in court. It's not like it's against the law or violates some religious precepts, so...
It does. It's literally how they choose the queen.
I don't think we'll be punished. At least,
I hope not. But this is a crucial period for you. It'll decide whether you become a master of Kurine.
it's just taboo. We don't have any other choice, now do we? If I'm found guilty, it'll be a lot worse than not becoming Master of Karine.
Alright. Thanks, Maya. Actually, there is someone here who is capable of channeling spirits.
Burger on the throne of Kurine. Because she chose not to say.
But even her benevolence, Princess Rafa finds the divination seance to be challenging. Who could possibly have greater spiritual power than she, aside from the queen?
That would be me.
It's some sort of joke! A foreigner could not possibly have such power!
Even the royal priestess is incapable of such.
Peace! Peace, I say! You are playing a very dangerous game, lawyer. Is this true? Is the accused capable of performing the secret art of spirit channeling?
Well, yes. Yes, I can.
No! Your Majesty! We'd like your permission to begin.
Rafa? She's angry.
Your benevolence!
This is an outrage! An outrage, I say! First, you make a mockery of the divination seance. Now, spirit channeling?
Benevolence speaks the truth. Spirit channeling is a sacred right.
Foreign devils, I say they should be put to death.
Still your voices! Bobbed head. Spirit channeling is a most sacred and secret of arts. Are you prepared to face the consequences of what you propose?
Yes. I would like to know the consequences. Please tell them.
No.
Oh, Rifa's gonna hate this. What consequences? Your benevolence, are you saying you approve of their use of spirit channeling?
I will judge whether their claim is true. If this is but another of their lies, they shall be executed on the spot!
Very well, then.
Your benevolence?
What if the accused accidentally calls forth an evil spirit?
Do you truly believe this foreigner is capable of channeling spirits?
No, but I wanted to be sure, as I am responsible for the safety of all present.
Interesting. Well, an inexperienced practitioner could inadvertently call forth a dangerous spirit. But do not fear, for I have a Magitama of parting. Huh. Is this what... I thought it was a technique to part people. Though, also, the instance we hear about that is a farce. Huh. Oh, that's why her hair is like that. What? Whose hair? Whose hair looks like a Makitama? With it, I can send spirits back to the Twilight Realm by halting the flow of spiritual power. Parting. Oh! Her hair is parted. Like the Red Sea!
That is a relief indeed.
Whew. These foreigners have thrown down the gauntlet. Let us not shirk from their challenge. We must prove them guilty and deliver their last rites. Do I make myself clear, Prosecutor Sanmahi?
Perfectly, Your Benevolence.
Very well. The accused may channel the High Priest's spirit. But first, we must take a short recess to prepare for calamity.
The Dodgers have just won for the first time in my life. I feel invincible.
Her dad just has a heart attack at her rooting for LA.
What do you mean, my darling baby daughter? No. We will resume as the preparations are complete. Until then, this court is adjourned.
Woo! Perfect timing! 3 hours in, and we hit it to be continued. Woo! I am in the part of an Ace Attorney case where I know how it's done, I think. And now it's just the process of figuring out how I'm supposed to put the pieces together. No, the suspense!
I did 3-hour streams now. I'm done doing the 5-hour ones unless it's like a real special. Because 3 hours is nice and short for me. Mm-hmm. And right as I finish my Arizona. I did that extra loud to see how it comes across on the mic. Because I was told it was dangerous to have a slurpy sound on the mic. Nice and short, just like Rafa. Yeah, and Trucy. Like, when I said we would stream for 2 hours and then we ended up doing 4. Yeah, that was nothing. I've done 5 hours back to back. Though, I guess streaming for 4 hours and then streaming for 3 hours the next day for me did take a toll, because I am so tired even now. It's been a week later. But yeah, I cannot wait to see how this, like, fully tuckered out. Because they mentioned it now, I remember when I bought the game, I saw one of those, like, preview images on Steam of the High Priest in Maya's clothes. So I've had this in the back of my mind, but I didn't want to, like, admit that I saw it. And so I've been just working with the little bit of knowledge that it's just like, that's gonna happen. Which, is this the first time a male is gonna be channeled? This is interesting. I wonder if Maya will succeed next week. Sorry. I mean, this game came out in, like, 2015. You've had time to get hit by spoilers, right? Well, we'll see what happens next week, Monday, noon, PST. Thank you all for joining, and we'll see what happens.